The JoLynn Braley Show, Episode 18, The Best Diet Ever. Hello and welcome. This is JoLynn Braley and this is the JoLynn Braley Show. I am the FAT release coach, and what I do is I help exceptional women and a few cool men achieve permanent weight loss by getting a weight loss mindset. And how I do this is through my proprietary proven step-by-step system, the Inner Self Diet. Here on the JoLynn Braley Show, what I do each week is I go beyond the food to the real issue. And what is the real issue? The real issue is your mindset. How do you know that your mindset is your problem today? Well, the way you know is because, number one, the fact is that mindset is 90% of the solution if what you truly crave is permanent success with your weight. Permanent success meaning that you leave your emotional eating, your binge eating, your self-sabotage, your night eating, your stuffing, your food obsessions, your feeling bad about yourself because you're overweight, and leaving all of your yo-yo dieting, leaving all of that mess and muck and mire behind you so that you can actually break free and learn to have a healthy relationship with yourself, a healthy relationship with food, a healthy relationship with your body, and actually live a healthy and fit lifestyle doing the things that you already know how to do. And how do you know that you definitely have a mindset problem? The way that you know that you definitely have a mindset problem is because you already do know how to live healthy and fit. You know that clean water is good for the body. You know that you need to drink plenty of clean water each day, and you know that healthy, regular exercise, strength training, and cardio is necessary and good for the body as part of a healthy lifestyle. You know that eating healthy foods, getting off of almost all processed foods, you know that that is the way to go. You know all of these things, but you're not doing it. And you know that it's not that you're not smart, because you're very smart, you're very successful already in your career life and your work life, but still you're not doing the things that you know how to do to live healthy and fit. And that right there tells you that you absolutely, definitely have a mindset problem. Now, what's really exciting is that recognizing that what you have is a mindset problem, what's exciting is that once you get a weight loss mindset and you replace that FAT with a weight loss mindset, then 90% of your problem will be gone. And what is FAT? FAT are your fear-attracting thoughts. That is your current mindset, which is a perfect match to excess physical fat on the body, overweighting, overeating, overweight, an overweight body, and all of that bad feeling stuff that just doesn't feel good to you. All of those out of control behaviors that keep the fat on your body, all of those are a match to your FAT mindset. And once that mindset is replaced again with the weight loss mindset, then 90% of your problem is taken care of. Now, what about the 10%? Well, the 10% is the smallest part of the solution, and the 10% is diet and exercise. And you've been programmed for most of your life to believe that diet and exercise is the whole solution. If it were the whole solution, then why would anyone be overweight? Why aren't you just doing what you already know how to do? You already know how to eat healthy, how to exercise. We already covered all that. Unless you've been living in a cave for your whole life, which of course you haven't, you know how to do those things that will take the fat off your body and keep it off. But you're not doing it. So this is why 95% of dieters fail. You are attempting to solve your overweight problems, which are actually all of your overweight issues and your problems and your overeating, all of that, those are only symptoms of the real problem. And the real problem is what's underneath, the root that needs to be healed. And what that root is for you, I don't know because I haven't talked to you. I'm not working with you. But if you were a client, then what we would do is heal that root, and then all the rest of this stuff, this mucky mire stuff that's on top, your overeating, your obsessing about food, all of that, that would be released. So bottom line, 95% of dieters fail because what you're attempting to do is solve your issues with the 10% of the solution, and the 10% is just the diet and exercise. Obviously, if everybody just did the healthy eating and exercise that is easily available, you could go to the public library and pick up an awesome book about how to eat healthy and exercise. If people just did those things, no one would be overweight, would they? Of course they wouldn't. So it's your mindset that is the problem. Take care of your mindset, which is 90% of the issue, and you'll have an unbelievably easy time losing weight and keeping it off. It just won't be a problem anymore. So here on today's show, what we're talking about is the best diet ever. And the best diet ever is the end to your food and weight problems. The best diet ever is the full solution. The best diet ever is releasing all of that food obsession, overeating, binge eating, stuffing yourself, telling yourself that you're going to do it on Monday and you never do, telling yourself that someday it'll be better and it never is. All of these things that keep you overweight day after day, month after month, year after year, and putting an end to all of that, putting an end to the self-sabotage, putting an end to the procrastination, just leaving all of that behind you. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done because if you already knew how to do that, you'd be doing it, right? Yes, I would expect you would. So you don't know how. And that is where coaching and mentoring comes in, because if you were to work with a highly skilled mentor who already has a proven step-by-step system that is the permanent solution to your overweight struggles, then that is the quickest way to get to where you want to go. And before we get into the best diet ever, if you are someone who is truly serious about putting an end to all of your food and weight struggles and being done with that once and for all, then the first step that you need to take is to apply for a complimentary weight loss discovery session. And I would do that with you one-on-one, and I want to find out what exactly is your problem. What is it that's stopping you from achieving struggle-free, lasting success with your weight? And I'd want to hear all about that from you, and I'd also want to hear what exactly it is that you want. And this complimentary weight loss discovery session, it is only for you if you truly are serious. If you are somebody who is just looking for another quick fix diet, some kind of a fast fat loss diet that will supposedly help you lose 10 pounds in 10 days, then this is not for you. This is the permanent solution. This is ending all of your food and weight struggles. And the place that you would apply for this call to find out if or how I could help you and find out if you would even be a good fit for the Inner Self diet, the place to apply for this call is at fearlessfatloss.com/call. Fill out that application, and the applications are reviewed on a first-come, first-served basis, and that is how you need to start. So let's go over today's topic, which is the best diet ever. What is the best diet ever? I started to tell you a couple of highlights there. Obviously, the best diet ever is the end of your food and weight struggles. Is it really possible? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, there are hundreds of thousands, I don't know, maybe even millions of people on this planet, who are living struggle-free with their weight. Most of them are in Europe. Okay, let's be honest here. There's not a whole lot of them in the United States of America, but there are some in the United States. And a naturally slender person, what is a naturally slender person? This is a person who has the mindset that you must have in order to live healthy and fit in your life and live without obsession about food without obsession about your weight, to just be quote-unquote normal, be one of quote-unquote those people. And in fact, one of the most recent graduates of the Inner Self Diet, and that is Sophia. Sophia mentioned that she now actually has become one of those people. And when she heard about this in the past, seeing these types of people and also hearing people talk about how weight was no longer the issue, it just wasn't a big deal, food wasn't a big deal, she mentioned that she felt really annoyed hearing that because she didn't get it, she didn't understand it. But today she has actually become that. She's one of those people who can eat just one cookie, who can go to a party and have just one appetizer because she doesn't want any more. Not because she has to talk herself into it or fight off the food or anything like that. But when you've got the mindset that is the mindset of a naturally slender person, and you just don't have the desire any longer to stuff yourself with food. It's just not your main goal in life, and the weight thing just becomes super, super simple. It's not any big deal. So what is the best diet ever? Let's outline the best diet ever, and actually let's go through what exactly does this word diet mean. And you want to have a piece of paper and a pen for this so you can write this down. Okay, first of all, let's take apart the word diet, and let's start with the letter D. D. What does D stand for? D stands for decide. Number one, in order to get the outcome of permanent weight loss and do this with the best diet ever, and the best diet ever, actually I'll give you the name of that right now. The best diet ever is the Inner Self Diet. So to get the results of the Inner Self Diet, which is the best diet ever, you've got to go through the steps, and the first step is letter D, which stands for decide. And what do you decide? You decide that you shall have permanent weight loss. That's it. You make the decision. You make the decision that you deserve to be free of all of your food and weight struggles. Does that mean that you know how to do it? No, it doesn't mean that you know how to do it. Not at all. It just means that you decide that you're worthy of it and that you deserve to break free of all of those annoying, frustrating struggles that are holding you back, and you make the decision. Bottom line, everything in life begins with a decision, and if you've never made the decision that you shall have permanent struggle-free weight loss, then that is why you've never gotten it. That is why you've never been able to see the solution. You've never been able to hear the solution. You've never been able to know that there is a solution because you've never decided that you shall have it. All right, the second letter, I. What does I stand for in the best diet ever? I stands for intend. You must set your intentions for what you shall have for yourself. You must intend that you shall succeed, that you really shall have what you say you have decided you want, which is permanent struggle-free weight loss. That's it. You set your intentions, you write them down. I intend to achieve struggle-free permanent weight loss. Do I know how? No. Do I need help? Yes. Obviously, otherwise you would have done it on your own, right? Yes, of course you would have. You're a very smart person, and you know that the quickest way to get to wherever you want to go in life is to simply follow the steps that other people have already done before you, and just do the same thing they did, and then you'll get the results, and it's very simple. All right, so we've gone through the letters D and I, and now what's next? E in diet. E stands for expectation. You must have the expectation of success. You must expect that success is coming. A great example of this is another recent graduate of the Inner Self Diet. Her name is Kathy, and she was sharing that before her and I ever even met, before she hired me as her mentor and coach to help her achieve permanent weight loss, she had the feeling that something good was coming. She was expecting good things to be coming for her. Did she know what they were? No. Did she know how this good thing, this good help, this good solution was going to come? No. Did she know that she was supposed to do something specific in order to get this awesome outcome for herself. No, not at that time. But she had the feeling, she had the expectation, she had the excitement that good things were coming for her, that things were working out. And she didn't know how it was going to work out, but she just had this feeling. And that is a great example of having the expectation of success. You have to have that. Otherwise, if you're expecting to fail because you failed so many times at all the diets you've done, well then you'll fail because that's your expectation. All right, so now what about the letter T in diet, in the best diet ever? What does T stand for? T stands for take action. That's it. You've got to then take action with very specific proven steps that are proven to work, that will get you the results of what you decided that you shall have, what you intend to have, and what you are expecting to receive for yourself, expecting that success. And what are the specific steps that you take action with in the best diet ever? Well, you have to take the specific steps of getting a weight loss mindset, because it again is your mindset that is going to give you permanent weight loss. It's your mindset that is in your way right now. Your current mindset is what stops you from exercising and having fun with it. Your current mindset is what drives you to eat all of the foods that you feel afraid of, that are going to make you fat and make you gain more weight. It's your current mindset that is keeping you stuck where you are. Your current mindset is making you take action to keep you overweight, and that's where it's at. So the T in the best diet ever stands for taking action. You got to take action. It must be decisive action, and it must be specific action, and it must be action that is proven to get results. And when you do that and you put all these letters together, decide, intend, expect, take action, that spells out diet. This is the best diet ever. And notice that there's nothing in here that says, oh, you should eat grapes, or you should get away from ketchup, or you should eat oranges, and you should never eat bread. There's nothing in the best diet ever that says any of that, because you being a unique individual on this planet, I don't know what you should or should not be eating, but what I do know is that when you do the inner self diet, you get in touch with your own internal guidance system, and you know exactly what the best foods are for your body. And if it turns out that it's better for you to stay away from bread, then you do that, and it's not any big deal. There's no struggle in it. But does that mean that you should not eat bread anymore? I don't know. I have no idea. I do know that when you get in alignment with who you really are, and you do that through the inner self diet, that you will know what foods are best for you, and it will be easy for you to eat them. And if you want to eat a cookie, you have a cookie, but you only have one. It's just not any big deal any longer. But you can't have that experience until you actually do the steps, and that's where the take action comes in. So the best diet ever is the solution to your ongoing food and weight struggles. It's not another mainstream food diet that tells you to eat this and don't eat that and go do these exercises. How many more of those do you really need to collect? How many more diet books do you really need to buy? How many more nutritionists do you need to listen to? How many more exercise boot camps do you need to join? How much of that information do you already have, but you're still struggling with your weight? The struggles are not about those diets and those exercise programs. The struggles are all within you. And that struggle that's within you right now needs to be released so that you can then move forward and eat the healthy way that's best for you, and do the exercise that is best for you, and have fun doing it, enjoy it, and be out of your own way. And be like Sophia, who goes to the gym, and she spends 2 hours there, not because she's trying to trying to lose weight, and she's got to beat herself up and make herself do all these different exercises. She spends 2 hours there because she does her workout, and she really likes the people there, and she's got friends there, and she has fun there, and it's just fun. It's just where she likes to be. It's not any big deal. It's not any big struggle. She likes it. Or like Kathy, who is so inspired to go out for her daily walk that wild horses could not stop her. Wild horses could not hold that woman back from going out and doing her walk and taking her little dog with her. In fact, her dog now, her little corgi dog, is so excited about their daily walk that she will start asking Kathy in her own way, hey, what's going on? When are we going to go? And then Kathy gets that inspiration, not from her dog, but from herself, because she has the mindset now that she just wants to go out and do this. And she is somebody who before could not even comprehend how that could be possible. And she just wanted to stay on the couch, which I understand that. I've been there before too. And you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck in that muck. So on each of these shows each week, in the JoLynn Braley Show, I give you questions to ask yourself, and here are some questions for you to ask yourself now. You can write these down on your paper and do that with pen and give yourself the answers. I was going to say make yourself answer them. That's not what I meant to say. Write the questions down and then answer them honestly for yourself and get your answers. Really simple. All right, so the first question is, when we're talking about this topic of the best diet ever and releasing all of your food and weight struggles, first question, do you want to be done with the ups and downs with your weight? Yes or no? Do you honestly, sincerely want to be done with the ups and downs with your weight? Yes or no? Answer that. Very simple. Yes or no? And then the next question, do you believe you really can achieve freedom from the struggles with food and your weight? Yes or no? Now, understand again that this does not mean that you know how to achieve full freedom from your ongoing food and weight struggles, because if you already knew how to do that, then you would not be struggling, right? Of course you wouldn't. The question simply is, do you believe that you really can achieve freedom from the struggles with food and your weight? Yes or no? And now look at your answers. If you answered no to both of those questions, then you're not a good candidate for the best diet ever, and more than likely what you're going to do is just go out and look for another new diet that tells you how to eat and how to exercise, another exercise program. But if you answered yes, you really do want to be done with the ups and downs with your weight, and you answered that yes, you do really believe you can achieve freedom from the struggles with food and your weight. No, you don't know how you're going to do that, but you really do believe you can have that. There's too many people out there who live without struggle, and it seems like a mystery to you right now, but you believe you can have it, if only you could do what they do. If you answered yes to both of those questions, then you're in a really good spot, because that means that at least you believe in yourself and you believe that you really can have the freedom from your ongoing food and weight struggles. And that's a really good thing. So let's take a quick commercial break now. And this week's sponsor of the JoLynn Braley Show is it's the site fearlessfatloss.com. And this is the same thing that I was sharing with you a few minutes before on the call. This is your first step if you would honestly love to break free of your ongoing food and weight struggles. You definitely can have that. And there is not any open enrollment for the Inner Self Diet. It's only for certain people who really are serious. And the only way that I know that people are very serious about ending their food and weight struggles is by first talking to them and interviewing them and finding out where they are. So if you would love to be done with your binge eating, your emotional eating, what you call sugar addiction, your self-sabotage, your avoidance of exercise, laying on the couch, knowing that you should be exercising but you don't, insecurities, self-doubts, all of that stuff that makes you feel bad and eat and just gain more weight, the yo-yo dieting, all of that. If you'd love to be done with all of that, then your first step is to go to fearlessfatloss.com/call, CALL, fill out that application, click the submit button, and include all of the details in that application to make sure that you've got a good shot at qualifying for that complimentary call with me. And that's your first step. And once again, fearlessfatloss.com/call is today's official sponsor of the JoLynn Braley Show. Okay, so shout outs this week go out to Danny and Tara. Danny and Tara, thanks so much for being new members of the JoLynnBraleyShow.com, and the way that you, who's listening right now, can get a shout out from me on an upcoming episode of the JoLynn Braley Show is just go to our Facebook page and click like, just like Danny and Tara did. And it's really simple. You can go to theJoLynnBraleyShow.com, click like, and you'll get a shout out from me. And the way that's spelled is the JoLynn, JoLynn, Braley, Braley, Show, SHOW.com, theJoLynnBraleyShow.com, all one word. Click like on the page, and I will give you a shout out on an upcoming episode of this show. And it's a lot of fun. You know, get to hear your name on the show, and I really appreciate everybody who likes the Facebook page, and I also put other updates on there too, other updates of inspiration and just different things like that. It's fun. Okay, so what you learned today on this episode of the JoLynn Braley Show, which, by the way, did you catch the fact that this is the 18th episode of the year? And what that means is that it is 18 weeks since January 1st. And I know that because I started this show the very first week of the year. So this is just something for you to check in with yourself. For example, if you made a New Year's resolution that you were going to lose weight this year, if you are not at least 18 pounds lighter, that's just 1 pound per week, then that's another indication that you do not have a weight loss mindset, because it would have been so easy for you to release all of your excess fat if you decided that you were going to do that starting the first week of January. If you already had a weight loss mindset, there would have been no reason for you to sabotage yourself or stop yourself. You just would have done it. And 1 pound per week, that's a very conservative amount. So obviously you could actually be a whole lot lighter than that right now. Double that 18 for the 18 weeks, and what is that? 18 plus 18, is that 36 pounds? Just 2 pounds per week. Okay, so what you learned today on the show is exactly what is the best diet ever. You learned that the best diet ever is the end of your food and weight struggles. You learned that the best diet ever is not another mainstream food diet that tells you you should eat grapes and you should not eat bread and you should eat tomatoes and you should not eat pasta or whatever. I'm just making that up. Mainstream food diets, that is only 10% of the solution if what you want is permanent success with your weight. 90% of your problem is your mindset. Get that sorted out with the best diet ever, which is the inner self diet, and you are assured success. You just need the right steps. You need the proven steps, the proven system, and you need tools. Also, you've got to have tools that you can use in your day-to-day life so that you maintain your mindset. And as long as you continue to feed your mind before your body, it's not any big deal to then just live healthy and fit and allow the excess physical fat to come off. It's not a problem. You also learned today what exactly diet is. In my explanation of it, I'm talking only about the best diet ever. I'm talking about the full solution, and diet stands for decide, intend, expect, and take action. And when you have that lined up, then you are assured success because you have already decided that you shall have permanent weight loss, that it shall be struggle-free. You are intending for yourself to have these wonderful results. You are expecting success, and then you're taking action with the proven steps. That's it. Very simple. And you also learned today that if you do not truly want to be done these are the questions that I gave you, your questions of the day to ask yourself. You learned that if you answered no to the question, do you want to be done with the ups and downs with your weight, then that's telling you right there that you really are not ready for permanent weight loss, that you really don't want that. And for some reason, you want to keep doing the mainstream food diets, that's your preference. And that's good to understand where you're at. Now, I would expect that you would be answering that question that yes, you really do want to be done with the ups and downs with your weight, because otherwise you wouldn't still be listening to my voice right now. So that's really where I would expect you to be. And then the second question you also learned today was to answer, do you really believe you can achieve freedom from the struggles with food and your weight? Now, why are these questions so important? Just so that you can gain clarity, and they're actions that you can take right now. A lot of the actions that are so important for you to take immediately, they're not so much about actions of, oh, let's go change how I eat. They're actions of decision and gaining clarity. So if all you're looking for are new diet tips on what to eat or exercise tips on how to exercise, you're still only looking at the 10%, and you're very much stuck in the diet mentality that you've been programmed in by the mainstream diet industry. That way of thinking is not going to get you permanent weight loss success, because it cannot heal the root of your ongoing food and weight struggles. Okay, so be sure and go over to thejolynnbraleyshow.com and like our Facebook page, and you'll get a shout out from me on an upcoming show. Also, if you're subscribed to the show in iTunes, go ahead and give the show a 5-star rating. That would be awesome. And then on next week's episode, the topic is why you can't control your sugar addiction. So, I expect that you learned a lot on the show today about exactly what is the best diet ever, and what that really means, and that the best diet ever is the end of your food and weight struggles. And wouldn't that be wonderful if you really did allow yourself to learn how to do that? Remember that you can go to fearlessfatloss.com/call and fill out that application for a complimentary weight loss discovery session if you truly are serious about giving yourself the most amazing gift you could ever give to yourself, and that is the end of your food and weight struggles. So, thanks so much for being on the show today. This is JoLynn Braley, the FAT Release Coach, and you've been listening to The JoLynn Braley Show. You can learn more at fearlessfatloss.com. And my best wish for you as you move forward into the rest of your day and the rest of your life is that you learn exactly how to live your best life while doing it in your ideal body.